Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Okay, Abhishayan, Arivadit. I'm just trying to check everybody.
Yes, sir.
Arivadithan, yes, yeah.
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Okay, Ilakian, can you hear me?
I'm also hear you.
Okay, Udayanan, can you hear me?
Sir, I am also here.
Okay, yeah, and Vittahan, yes. Vittahan, are you there? Okay, he's missing, but it doesn't matter. We can get him later on. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, sir, we can see your screen.
Okay, it is similar to what we did for year 6, 7, 8, but it will be more than that here, and the assignment will be different. So from now onwards, the class will be all in English. There will be no Tamil. So all will be English, but in certain sentences, I'll give you translation in Tamil in the notes. But when we are speaking, we will be only speaking in English. Okay, I will make sure that I will speak slowly so that you understand. And from next week onwards, we are going to have session of interaction purely in English next week onwards. So let me finish the grammar again today, and then we will move on to the next section then. Okay, this is last week we didn't have a class, so I have combined week 3, week 4 together in this one. And without any delay, I'll just move on to the next page. And this one you have already done, audio file 1. So this is the answer I gave you last time. And then you got audio file 2 last time. And this is the transcription for audio file 2. Did anybody get this right, or did you do the transcription? Can you tell me, anybody? Any one of you have done the transcription?
Yes, sir, Abhisai sent it.
Abshain did it. What about Arivadithan? Did you do the transcription?
I did a bit, sir. I did a bit of it.
Okay, it's a bit of it. That's fine. That's fine. But you should try to do as much as you can, because the listening is very important. I know it's sometimes difficult. You have got to listen and write, but that's very important. If you can listen and write correctly, that also increase your fluency of speaking. Okay, so it's important that you do translation.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay, today, well, this time you have got 2 files. One is audio file 3, MP3, and then you will have another one as well. So that's the audio file 4. So you've got to do two listening tests. You've got to listen and transcribe them, what they're saying. So these will become as your assignment from now onwards. So what will happen is, I spoke to your principal. You will get tomorrow both the group, the earlier group and the upper group, this group, an assignment document. Assignment would have some of these one plus other things as well. And you are supposed to do the assignment and hand over to your principal by Friday before the class. So that's what he's going to tell you when he sends the assignment. So we will try to send you the assignment tomorrow evening this time, so that you will have the assignments for you to start to work on it. Once you have done the assignment, then we are really ready to go for really speaking spoken English all the time. Okay, now we move on to the grammar. And we did a little bit of grammar. We're going to do this grammar right before we can move on. So can you all see the screen now? Yes, I'm putting a tick on the screen. Can you see the tick?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I've done this grammar a little bit last time, but I'll run through faster. So in grammar, making sentences is a very important part. When you make sentences, there are 3 elements to the sentence. Any sentence: subject, verb, and object. And if you take the subject has got 3 parts to it. First person, which is called I, That's in the singular. Plural is we. Then second person is you, and the plural also you. Then the third person is he, she, it, and the plural is they. You need to know these ones. You will find that these three goes together all the time, and they have a particularly different way of using them, and also getting the right verbs for them as well. These ones are special ones. All the other ones you will find it pretty easy. So a sentence has got three elements, right? Subject. In the subject here is I, that's this I. Then place the verb, and the object is cricket. So it's the way you write in English. Normally it will have subject, verb, object. If you take in Tamil, you will have subject first comes in, then not the verb comes later, object comes first, second. So when you are translating, because you have already studied Tamil and you know the Tamil language so well, when you start to speak English, you don't think in terms of English first. You will think in terms of Tamil and do the translation. That's what will happen no matter what you do. After you have spoken English for a long time, then you won't do the translation. You will speak in English directly. So initially you will have this translation. You think in Tamil and then translate it in English. You can't stop that. That's because you already know a language. So your knowledge is in that language, and then you need to transfer that. Okay. So we will do a lot of translation. I'll give you a lot of Tamil sentences, and after we study the grammar, you need to do the translation. If you can do the translation, you will be able to speak pretty well, very quickly. So it's important to concentrate on the translation. Is that clear to everybody? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Now we go for the basic verbs. The verbs are divided into many types. I call type 1. Type 1, we look at the verbs are am, is, are, and they are present tense. And the corresponding past tense are for am and is was, for are is were. That's the past tense. And you would have studied this and you know this. I don't need to spend time. I have given you a few examples. You can look at that. Then type 2 verbs are do and does. Do and does, only one past tense is did. And again, I have given you examples. Type 3 verbs are, these are the verbs you will come most of the time you'll come to know. That have and has, and then the past tense is had. Okay, now, then we have got type 4. Type 4, we call them as modal verbs. It's a different type of verb. If you take can, we will construct sentences. I have done one or two here. The past tense is could. If you take may, the past tense is might. If you take will, the past tense is would. If you take shall, the past tense is should. And if you take must, the past tense is ought. And you need to know this one, and we will be using sentences in here. So what we are in verbs we are learning now is what is the present tense, what are the verbs, what's the past tense. There are so many verbs. We only do the basic one now, but other ones will automatically come in as we move on. The next part on this very simple part is the nouns and the pronouns, adjectives, adverbs, and prepositions. Nouns are a name of a person, Rajesh, and name of a place. And then you have pronouns, which is I, me, he, she. If you don't have pronouns, what happens is that if you write the story, if you start with Rajesh, you're going to keep writing Rajesh, Rajesh, Rajesh in the story all the time whenever referred to that person. If you have, instead of Rajesh, if you have pronouns, you can do he. So that means refers to Rajesh. So that the paragraph you write looks neater and better. Otherwise, you will be repeating this name. Same as Jaffna. And instead of Jaffna, you can say in the paragraph when you write, you can say it. So similarly, that's used. And then adjectives. Adjectives describe something, describe a character, quality. So somebody is beautiful, somebody is old, somebody is funny.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes,
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
So another person is asking for to unmute. He would like to speak with you.
I don't know whether I can unmute a person though. Or maybe I'll try. Who is the person? What's his name?
Daniel. Daniel.
I'll have a look. Let me have a look if I can find. What's his surname? can't
Nellinathan Daniel. Daniel Nellinathan. Daniel
Okay.
Nellinathan.
I am looking for his name. I can't find it. But anyway, let me have a look. Can you ask him to put his hands up? Then I might be able to see.
So he put the message for
Oh,
you.
yeah. I see him. Daniel Nallanathan. Okay. See whether I can. I'm not sure whether I can unmute him. Daniel Nallanathan. I think your principal has to do it. I can't do it. I don't think I have the access. Well, we'll wait till your principal come back, okay? All right, let's move on then. Next one. Sorry, we'll get back later. Okay. I also want to interact. Next week we'll have a lot of people interacting after we finish this one. Okay. We will. So let's move on for the moment. Okay. Can you see this? You're okay with the slide? I'm just put 2 ticks. Can you see the ticks? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So those who want to interact with me, I'll give you next week. You give me the names and I'll write down the names and I'll probably talk to your principal and give you interaction for next week. Okay. Let's move on to the next page. Now, commonly used verbs. There are many verbs there, and we will concentrate on the singular and plural. This part of it. And if you say work, it will be worked, and the past participle you need to know as worked. And if you say he, then work become works. It's not work alone, it's S. So you will find for he, she, it, there will be always with the word, there will be an S or there will be an ES. Okay, always will happen. So if you say I do, when you come to he, it will be he does, there's ES will be there. So you will learn this one little by little. You would have done that already. What is important for us is that if you take go as a present tense, went is the past tense, and past participle is not went, it's gone. Whereas in this case, they're exactly the same. In some cases, they won't be same. So you need to know that part, okay? And then let's look at this one. Come, came is the past tense, and past participle come again. Let's come back again as come. So you need to know past participle always, because when we write sentences, we need to use past participle. We need to use this. We need to use this. And we need to use this as well. Those who don't know this one, you need to spend some time studying this, because for sentence construction, we need this one. Okay? Okay. Right. We are going to do sentences now, tenses now, and sentence structure. We did this yesterday as well, last time as well. Now, can I just ask you, Vittahan, are you there? Are you able to understand so far? Vittahan, no response. Okay. What about Udayanan? Are you able to, do you understand what I've taught so far?
Sir, please tell again one more.
Sorry, say it again. Say it loudly.
Sir, I can't understand it. Please tell again the sentence.
Oh, you mean the question you don't understand, is it?
Yes, yeah, sir. Yeah.
Yeah. What I asked is, so far I have taught you some basic verbs. Do you understand the verbs?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. That's good. If you don't understand what I'm saying, please stop and then ask me to repeat. I will repeat that for you. Okay? No problem. Okay, this one you have to concentrate. Can you see the screen with this picture in it? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
The tenses.
Tenses. Okay, tenses. Tenses mean basically time. What time is only three things there. One is past, other one is now, other one is future. So past is this is the time axis, and this is the time axis. We are saying past is this direction, present is now, and future. So when you are writing sentences in English or in Tamil, sometimes you will say something happened. It finishes there. Something started here and finished there. So that's all past. Or you could say something started here, but it's continuing. It can go into the future. Or something could only happen here. So these are all the events. When events mean, occurrences, things happening. And if these happen at different positions, if it happened here, so if it happened here, it's past tense. So you got to use past tense here if it happens in this place. So that's why they have created tenses. And if you look at the total number of tenses are 1 to 12. And you will start to think, oh my God, have I got to learn all 12? The answer is yes, but you don't learn all of them together. It's too hard. So you learn first 4, and then you build up little by little. Is that so far? Is that clear what I said?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
How do we construct these 12 sentences? You take simple here and present tense here, you'll get present simple tense. You take simple here, past tense here, you get past simple tense. You get simple here, future tense here, combine them, future simple tense. That's how you build all the 12. What we are going to study is 1, 2, 3, 4. If we can do all 4 of those, then here is pure transformation, because a play will become played. That's all will happen. Am teaching will become was teaching. So because it's past tense. So we don't need to worry about this one and this one for the moment. We will concentrate on only in present tense. So we are going to start with, so before we start with, let me just run through one more here before we start. So we take a sentence here, present simple tense. What does that mean? I play cricket for the school. That's what you have written, right? So when are you playing cricket? Anytime. I played cricket yesterday, I play now, I'll be playing tomorrow. So if you are going to do any time, at any time you could do play cricket, that means there or there or there or here, anywhere. Then you say, I play cricket for the school. That is called present simple sentence. In the timeline, you put crosses anywhere. Yes, do you follow that? Number 1?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Number 2. Number 2 is present continuous. Any continuous sentence will finish in ing. In. So present continuous is I am teaching right now. Now is here. This is my position. I'm looking at now. I am teaching. What does that mean? I started my teaching before, right? Slightly before. So I must have started my teaching here, and I am teaching now. If I'm teaching, I'll be still continuing. So I'll be continuing there. So I started to teach today at 10:30 or 6 o'clock for your time, and I'll finish around 7 o'clock. So I'm looking at now where we are. So that if you are going to talk about it, I'll be using this. I am teaching right now. That means this is the diagram. That is very close to now. I must have started, and I'll be finishing very close to now. I won't be finishing far away. That's why you use this present continuous tense. I start. I'm teaching now. I just started a little bit earlier and will be finishing shortly. That's kind of. Next one is present perfect tense. That means you're saying, I have just finished my homework. This finished is the past participle, right? For finish. I have just finished my homework. Instead of that, you could say, I finished my homework. You can say that. That means you finished completely. You're not going to do any more. But if you say, I have just finished the homework, my homework, that means you started your homework, you're working on it, you just finished it, but you suddenly decide you want to continue, you can continue. In that case, you will say, I have just finished my homework. Okay? Next one, present perfect continuous. That means I have been waiting for the train since 9 a.m. Since 9 a.m., I've been waiting. That's all it says, I've been waiting. And at that point, I'm saying 9 a.m. This is 9 a.m. I've been waiting. So you will use this, I have been waiting. Okay? And again, we will come back to this as well. So these are the 4 things that you need to do. I'm going to go through them, each and every one of them again, individually to get understanding. That means we have done the fundamental tenses. Okay. Am I speaking too fast or okay?
Okay, sir, we
No,
can
sir.
understand.
Okay, sir.
You can follow. Okay, good. Right. First one. Remember, number 1 is present simple tense. Remember this one. Verbs. We have got many verbs. Bring, miss, play, work, go, do, rise, walk, sleep, eat. And whenever you use third person, he, she, it, all these verbs will become with an S. For he, she, it, you must say brings, miss become misses, you are missing, plays, works, goes. Sometimes you have only S, sometimes you're going to add ES. That's just English language. Does, rises, and so on. So whenever you have third person singular, remember you need to add an S to the verb. The verb is here and you need to add S. So you look at the first one. I drink coffee every morning. That's the present tense. We miss our grandmother. So we means here. So that means it's a normal. We, I, we, you, they are just no without any S. Now you go see, she or he. He. Because he is here, it won't be work. You need to have S to it. Works as a teacher. Do you understand that one? And similarly,
Yes,
what about here? The children play, hide, and seek every day. Why can't I say plays? Why it is play? Why it is not plays?
sir, can you replace?
The question is, I have the children play, right? That's what I have. This is correct. Can I say children plays?
No, sir, children is the plural one, so we can say a place. If it child, then we can say child plays.
Yeah. This children is plural. So you can think as children mean they, right? They mean you cannot have an S. They mean just play. Do you follow? If it's a child, just sing one person. Yes, that's good point. So that is present simple tense. Now we move on to the next one. Present continuous tense. So in a continuous tense, the verb will be ending with ing. It's happening. So continuous means it's I am teaching. That is the continuous sense. So I'm looking at now. I started to teach here. I'm still continuing. It's basically நடந்து கொண்டு இருக்குது. Right. I am working. He or she or it is working. And you or we or they are working. So everything will have ing in it. Work is the verb, and you will have ing to it. So you can see here all the ing, I have marked them as blue. I am teaching right now. I am cutting the tree right now. What does that mean? Right now means. What does that mean? Explain to me. Why can't I say I am teaching now? Why am I saying I am teaching right now?
See, the teacher is finishing teaching.
No, I am teaching right now. There's nothing wrong with saying I am teaching now. There's nothing wrong with that.
Sir, because
Action is happening
that man
at the
just
time.
started the work right now.
Yeah, you got to say it again to me again. I didn't catch it. Can you repeat it for me, please?
Sir, because that man just started the work right now.
Yeah. That is close enough. Yes. I see. You will not. If you ask, if somebody rings you and you're picking up the phone and you're teaching. If I'm teaching, I will say I'm teaching now. I can say that. Nothing wrong. But the right way of saying is I'm teaching right now. That means at this instant I'm teaching. So I can't finish up. I'm teaching right now mean I cannot stop. I have to continue. If you say I'm teaching now, then other person think you might be finishing, So there's a little bit of subtle difference in there, but you don't need to worry about it. You could use both ways. As you go on later, you will see that slight difference. Otherwise, it's all fine. My sister's attending online classes these days. Do you understand that? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What about this one? Life is getting, yeah. Can you read it for me? One of you read the sentence.
Life is getting difficult in this lockdown period.
Yes. Why it is difficult?
It can be money problem or debt. During this lockdown period, many people are dying and survive hard from corona disease, COVID-19 disease.
Good. So what
And
you are saying is,
many people are feeling sorry for food.
yes, okay. I understand what you are saying. I'm going to repeat what you said now in a minute. Is that Abhishashan is talking? Is it? What's your name, please?
Abhisai.
Okay, so what you are saying that during this lockdown, people are unable to work, right? What you said is, I'm repeating. People are unable to work. Because of that, they do not have money. And that causes difficulty for them, yeah? And many people, due to sickness, they die because of COVID, yeah? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes, sir.
Did I say the same thing as what you said?
Yes, sir.
Or different?
In the first line, different. You said that people are the people didn't do word because of they have no money. You said like that, but I said the money is another problem for we didn't get money because of the we didn't go to work during lockdown season.
Yeah, why you didn't get the money because of lockdown season, but why? Why didn't you get the money? Because you are unable to work, is it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, is that the reason you think? Okay. That's good. Interact with me like that. That's good. What you said was very right. Nothing wrong. But we need to polish that bit more. Do you follow that? Just need to bit more polishing, bit more continuous way of saying it. What you said exactly correct. People can understand that very well without any problem. So well done. Okay, let's go now. Next one. Okay, next time who's going to? So I want somebody to read this sentence. Now, Abhishai has done. Arivadithan, are you there? Can you read the sentence?
Yes, sir. I will read it.
Yeah,
We
read the
are-
sentence for me.
We are continuing with the lockdown in Jaffna
And why?
due to the spread of COVID-19.
Okay, due to the spread of COVID-19. So how does that help? Lockdown, how does that help?
Due to lockdown, people prevent going outside. Therefore, there is no social contact with each other. Therefore, the viral disease won't spread that fast or like uh, spread quickly. Maybe.
Yeah. Keep talking. You're good. Keep talking. I'm listening. Yeah.
Um,
So it won't spread because you are not meeting each other. Therefore, the chances of catching COVID is minimum, right? It's basically, yeah, that's what you're trying to say. Very good. That's very, very nice. Okay. Number 4, I now come to Ilakhian. Number 4, can you read that for me?
My sister is attending online classes these days
Okay, tell me why.
because due to a lockdown period we can't go to school, so we are attending online classes.
Okay. Did you do any online classes before lockdown?
Maybe no, sir.
No. So this is the first time you are learning online classes during lockdown, is it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So can I ask the next person, Udayanan? Is Udayanan there?
Yes, sir.
You're there. Okay, so what is the advantage of, do you understand advantage, right? What is the advantage of having a face-to-face class compared to online class? I want you to tell me one advantage. When you have a face-to-face class, is that better? In a different English, is the face-to-face class better than online class? That's another way of asking.
Sir, because the online class causes eye problems to some students, and some of the students get in India, it's so bad, sir. But the face-to-face classes are very better to learn, and we can interact directly with the teacher.
Yes. Very good. Very nice answer. Very, very good. Now, you see in a face-to-face class, there is interaction with the teacher and there's a facial expression as well. You know, when the teacher teaches, there's a face. Do you understand what does facial expression mean? That means
Yes, sir.
when a teacher is explaining something, if he or she wants to explain really well, they'll use a different way of the face action will be different. Simple thing they'll just read out. So you don't see that sort of a facial expression because you learn from the facial expression as well how important something the teacher is telling, you know. So that is missing
Yes,
in an online class. Yeah. And then what else is missing on the online class? Give me one more answer. I will go for the next one, student, with the hand. What are you missing in an online class that you will not miss in a face-to-face? Is with the hand there? Oh, he's not there. Okay, doesn't matter. We go to Abhisai. Give me one more answer. What do you miss in a face-to-face class that you, sorry, what do you miss in an online class that you do not miss in a face-to-face class?
So in the face-to-face class, teacher will interact directly with students and she will direct the books and teach and correct everything. But in the online class, we can't see the teacher's face. We are only seeing the screen. Teacher can't teach us. The only one student can interact with the teacher at once because of loudness in Zoom or Teams. So one student will always answering, others are waiting. And
So is the online classes are boring? I'm just doing conversation with you now, and this is the type I'll be doing continuously. So is the Do you think the online class are boring? Do you understand boring mean? Yeah.
Not boring, sir. It's in a type it's interesting because teachers will put the PowerPoint slides and it will be interested, but we can't get the chapter that teacher is teaching quickly or understandably.
Yeah. So you prefer to go to school and face to face, where you can interact with your peers. Peers mean your students, your friends. Plus, you can learn and you can interact with the teacher. All are missing in online, correct? Or
Yes, sir. Nowadays,
right.
the mic is also being disabled by the teachers due to sound, so we can't
Yeah,
do
true.
nothing.
Well,
We
that
had
is true.
doubts in our mind only.
Yeah, true. But the problem is if you allow all the microphones on, system not able to handle, and then everybody start to speak, then it can't. So I think we're going to find another way of interaction. But we will see. But pretty good. You're doing well, okay? And as long as you understand what I'm saying, that's the important part. And if you don't, you're going to stop, okay? Right, can I move on to the next slide? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
next
sir.
one is present perfect tense. This is the third one. This is something began in the past and continued to the present. That's why it's called present perfect tense. So you're saying that I have just finished my homework. So that means just start, you just finished there. That means you could continue as well if required. But you just finished. So if you've just finished, and if you are definitely finished, you are not going to touch the homework, you will say past tense. I finished my homework. That's it. Full stop. I'm not going to do any more. But if you say, I have just finished my homework, that means you just finished it. There's a possibility you could even restart again. You could continue again. So that's the time you will be using. Something began in the past, but continued in the present time. It might end up like this. I've just finished. Okay, you can see here, I have completed half the work so far. That means I started my work here. I completed it there, but I could continue my remaining work. So in that case, you will do this one. This is called past participle, right? When you have have or has, this becomes the past participle. I have written here, finish, the past participle is finished. Go, past participle is gone. Visit is visited, and these are all same. Okay, I have visited Colombo 3 times. So why you use this? I have visited. That means I have 3 times until now I visited. That means you could visit again. You could continue visiting. That's why you just say I have visited. And if you say I visited Colombo 3 times, you have no intention of visiting again immediately. Like you could visit in the future, far away, but not immediately. But if you say I visited Colombo 3 times, there's a good chance you could visit again quickly, not far away, Okay. She has worked in this company for 12 years. That means the person has worked in 12 years in the company. That means she could be still continue working. So far I have worked 12 years. If you want to make it very clean, you say, so far I have worked 12 years in the company. But whenever you use this present perfect tense, right? That means it is basically started in the past and it's going to continue, or it was almost there. Have you understood that?
Yes, sir, we can understand.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Brilliant. Okay. Next one, the last one, present perfect continuous tense. This one is pretty interesting. I have been waiting for the train for nearly 30 minutes. So you're saying, I started here. For 30 minutes, I've been waiting. So you're only looking at now. When you look at now, you know that 30 minutes you've been waiting. So you have to use, in that case, I have been waiting. Okay. We have been living in Colombo 10 years. That means it says 10 years we have been living in Colombo. That means we may be continuing living. That's what the meaning is. If you want to make it past tense, that you are not living anymore, mean I lived in Colombo for 10 years. That means in the past somewhere I lived, 10 years I lived. I'm not living anymore. This one means you're telling your friend, we have been living in Colombo for 10 years. That means you're still living there. So far we have lived 10 years, you could live a bit more. It has been raining for the whole day. So it has been raining for the whole day and it might be continuing. So that's why you say it has been raining for the whole day. And then you can ask as, in a question form as well. Do you understand this part as well? Yeah?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So there are 4 things we learned, right? Present tense, present continuous,
Present perfect continuous.
perfect continuous. And the 4 differences are 4 timing. Huh? Okay, let's go. So I've done this for you. 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 This is very easy. This one is. This is past. That means only one instance in the past. This one is past continuous. I was teaching in the past. When you called me, that's also past. That's where you called me. I was teaching before that. So everything is in the past. Nothing goes into now. This is past perfect. Is 2 events have to happen. Event 1, event 2. What is event 1? The train had already left there before we reached the station E2. So train left at 5:30 p.m. You only reached at 6 p.m. So that's what, when you want to use a sentence like that, you're going to use these 2 events come in past perfect tense. And this one is continuous. I had been waiting for the bus for 45 minutes. The bus came here. Because it came, it's a past tense. So similarly, if you take the mirror image of it, put a mirror here, mirror image is here. So that's that one. Put a mirror here, mirror image is that one. Mirror image is this one. That's future tense. We'll come back to this. We don't need to spend time in it at the moment. At the moment, it's important, these 4. You get these 4 right and some of these ones as well. You're basically there to speak reasonably well. Okay, now the last bit is, well, not last bit. In Tamil, you can go through them. I write, what's the past tenses? I wrote, what's the future tenses? I will write, or I shall write. And we'll study the difference between a will and shall. I am writing, I was writing, I will be writing. They're the 3 things. Similarly, I have written, I had written, I will have written. I have been writing, I had been writing, I will have been writing. This is what the sentences will be, right? Okay, next one then. Now, remember what I've done now is I've given you 4 sentences for the first 4, next 4, and next 4. There are 12 altogether, 12 tenses. So for you to go back and relook at them and understand the difference between them. The moon moves around the earth, right? Why it is present tense, present simple tense? That one is, Arivadithan, tell me why this is present simple tense. Read the sentence first and tell me.
The moon moves around the earth because the moon has been moving around the earth for long, before as well, and it's still moving right now, and will be continuing to moving in the future as well.
Okay, very nice answer. Very, very good answer you have given. Well done. You can always say the other way is the moon always moves around the earth. Is that right? If it is always moving, always mean anytime is always moving around the earth. And what you gave is the explanation, which is fantastic. Excellent. Next one. This one, number 2, is Abhishaishan. Cat is lying under the tree. Read out that for me first.
The cat is lying under the tree.
Yeah. Why it is like, present continuous tense?
The cat is now lying after 5 minutes or after 1 minute it can go and lie on the table. Lying means
No, think about it. Cat is now lying under the tree. Okay. So at that point, it's lying under the tree. Correct? Is that right, Saisa?
yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So when you look at it, it was lying under the tree. So it would have been lying there as well, and it could be still lying afterwards as well. Do you follow?
So can you repeat?
So the cat was lying here as well, and lying now. It might lie afterwards as well. It may be lying under the tree. That's why you're thinking that when you are looking at the cat, it's lying under the tree. Huh? Okay. And
Okay.
2 seconds before also it was lying under the tree. And 2 seconds after also it will be lying under the tree. So therefore you will say the cat is lying under the tree. Is that clear or not clear?
Okay. Sir.
Okay. This one, they have heard a sound. So who's going to answer the Ilakian? Do you want to answer this question? Can you read this sentence and tell me?
They have heard a sound.
Yeah.
They have heard the sound sometimes before, and also they still have heard the sound.
Yeah, it's continuing. It could continue. That's right. At that point, they have heard sounds. That's good. That's good. Next person is Udayanan. Number 4. Can you read it?
Yes. They have been traveling, sir.
No, read it. Read the sentence for me, please.
So
Hello?
they have been traveling since last October.
Right.
And
So
at this sentence means,
what does that mean?
sir,
What does that mean?
this sentence means, sir,
no, keep talking. It's okay. It's okay.
sir, this sentence means a group of some people traveling since last October, and sometimes maybe they're traveling right now,
Yeah.
and sometimes it will be continuing.
Continue. They will be will be continued, or you can say they will be continuing. Okay. They will be continuing.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you can do that one. That's similarly, this is the past tense. We'll come back to them, and this is the next part. Okay. And we have to learn this one, but for the moment, I want to concentrate on that. And this one is same thing as this one. The children jumped and played. Past tense. We were playing. In here it will be we are playing. Here it will be we were playing tennis in the morning. We had never seen such a movie. Had means seen there. He had never seen such a movie. And she had been working. She had been is had been. She had been working at the company for 3 years when it went out of business. So that's the past tense one, and then the future is similar. Okay, we'll come back to that in a minute. Now, my question at this point is that, did you understand what I've explained so far?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what about now? What you're going to do is you will go back. This is an exercise for you. You will read this sentence. you will go back and look at your map. You will look at this map, and then you will say, is one of the 12, which one it is? You got to write which tense it is. Next one is what tense. Next, there are 12 of them. So there should be 12 tenses here. That is your exercise. Okay? You're
Okay,
going to
sir.
do that. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So that will be in the assignment. Now we'll come to this one. So I mentioned to you earlier, if you really want to start to speak English very well, you have to do Tamil to English translation. Now you may ask me why? Because when you are speaking an English sentence, you will have it in your mind first Tamil sentence. What is the equivalent Tamil first? Because you can access your Tamil sentence very fast because that's your mother tongue. And then you will start to think, how do I translate this into English? That's how you learn now. No matter what you do, that's the way. Then when you start to speak English again and again and again and again, then you will speak in English without thinking about the Tamil. It takes years for that. So for the moment, if you can do translation, that means you have understood. You can speak. If you do the translation, you will be able to speak. It takes some time. So learn your translation. I will give you a lot of example of translation for you to actually learn how to speak. On top of that, we will have a lot of exercises, a lot of one-to-one discussion for you to learn more. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Do you want me to turn off my video? Is it better if I have the video on for you, or it's not required?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. It's good.
But your teachers, do they put the video on or not?
Sometimes some teachers put on their video.
Yeah. I'm not sure when I put the video whether it will it has the right bandwidth. That's what your principal told me. So that's why I didn't put it in, but we'll see at the end maybe. Okay, now I'm going to I want you to write these sentences, okay? First one. Somebody has to give me English sentence. I want to write it here. Okay, I'll start with where is it? Arivadithan.
Yes, sir.
Translate this one from English.
I
Tamil to
met-
English.
I met her yesterday.
I
Met her yesterday.
Yeah. You will use met. Okay, met is fine, but I probably in normal English they will say I saw.
Okay, sir.
I saw him. Can you see my writing there? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I think you will write as நான் அவரை நேற்று சந்தித்தேன் அவனை. And the met and the reason you put met was because of sandithen. Sandithen translation in English is met. But
Yes,
normally when they speak,
thought-
when they speak, I say, I saw him yesterday. That would
Okay.
be the normal English. If you use I met him yesterday, nothing wrong.
Okay, sir.
Nothing wrong. But for the English speaking person, there is a difference between I saw and I met. But for us, it's not a problem. It's okay. But I will use I saw, okay? Next one, I'm going to go for Abhishai Eason. Next one.
Yes, sir. My father has come to home.
Okay, I'm writing my father. Okay, what do you say?
Has
Has.
come to home.
Okay. Has come. That's what you said, right?
Yes, sir.
And then what did you say afterward?
To home.
Okay. You said to home. You can see my writing, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, that too won't come. My father has come home. So What is the difference? Why? So if you have house there, then you have to put a 2. If you don't have a house, you don't put a 2. Now, let's look at it carefully. If somebody says to you that house has got an address in it, therefore you're going to say 2. Home could be anything. Home is not your place where you live. You could be, living somewhere else. That could be your home. It could be in Tamil, we normally say like, okay, home is the house. But for example, if I in the English working world, if I meet somebody in Australia and somebody is from UK, I will be asking them, when are you going home? I will ask the person. Home means, when are you going to UK? It's not when are you going to your house, no. So home could be not the house alone. Therefore, you don't use 2. You get that right? So my father has come home. That is the way you have to speak. Because you do the translation, at the you put 2. No, that's fine. A house is okay. House is an address. Every house has an address. You could argue home. Home is not the house alone. It is other things involved. Therefore, you have to say, my father has come home. So if I am asking you, when are you going home? I will never ask you, when are you going to home? No, there's no 2 there. Is that make sense, or it takes some time to get it right? That's why I gave a lot of sentences for you to memorize, remember? Now, do you understand what I'm saying, or do you want me to repeat that again?
I can understand, sir.
You can understand. Can you write it this way as well? My father has
Arrived home.
Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, that's also correct. So from now onwards, when you use home, don't use 2 there. Okay? If you ask your friend who is going to go to his house, actually, and you ask him, what time are you going home? When are we going home? We will never ask, when are we going to go? When are you going to home? No. When are we going home? When are we going home? My father has arrived home. My sister is going home. So good, okay? Right.
Yes, sir.
Now, next one is Ilakhiyan.
Sir,
Now, this is, can you
Okay.
tell, so let me rub this out first. Ilakhiyan, just think about it, this sentence. I know we haven't reached the past tense yet, but tell me and let me write it down.
I haven't seen him since last night.
You are saying I haven't I will write it separately. I have not for the moment. I have not seen him
since last night.
Native or whatever. I have not seen him until last night.
So since Thane.
Yeah, you can put since last. Well, since last night. Appropriate is until, not since. But since is not wrong. Correct English is until. So you can use since, no problem. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Is it I have not seen him or I had not seen him?
And we also put till.
What is say upside? What is that?
Till last night.
Yeah, you can put till. And shortened form is till. Yeah, that's fine. Till last night is fine. I will use until wherever possible, right? Okay. My only question is that I have not seen him until last night. The problem is here is last night is not a present tense, right? Last night. So what would you think? Because his last night is past, right? Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So this will be what? Give me the past tense for have.
Had.
Had. I had not seen him until last night. Because of the last night. But now, let's say now you're speaking English with somebody, you just say, I haven't seen him until last night. Nothing wrong. Nobody's going to say you made a mistake. Grammatically, it is I had not seen. But in spoken, you could use I have. That's fine. It's not I am not saying that you have to use it, but think about the time instance, you know. It is last night. Therefore, you're talking about the past. Therefore, it has to be I had, you know. No worries, no worries. We as we go along, we will learn. So what I want you to do is you're going to do all of these. Do you think you can write this one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now maybe I haven't asked Udayanan any question. Who was the person answered? Ilakian, is it? Last person who answered the question was Ilakian, is it? Okay, Udayanan, can you tell me here this one?
Sir, do you mean the fourth one?
Oh, Udayanan answered the fourth one. Is it? Sorry. Well, why don't you do this one as well? This one as well.
Do you mean the question G?
Yeah, Nan Oru Kadai Eluduven.
I write a story.
No, Eluduven.
I will write a story.
Yeah, I will write a story, but I will is nothing wrong, but it will be, you will be definitely writing a story is I shall. But don't worry, will and shall will interchange. And if you use will instead of a shall, it's still okay. I will still teach you later on the will and shall. In reality, I shall write a story. So what's the difference between shall and will? If you say I will write a story, that means, yeah, you're planning, you think you're writing a story and you're planning for future to write a story. You may not write a story, you know, that's I will stands for. I shall write a story mean I'm definitely going to write a story. That's so we are really sure 100% that you're going to write a book or you're going to write a story, then you will say I shall write a story. It's all in future, but within the future, sometimes if you say I'll do it and you may not do it, you see. You know, you say, I'll do the thing, I'll fix it for you. So if your mother asks you, oh, can you do this? You say, yes, I'll do it for you. And then you may not do it because you didn't get time. But if you say to your mother, I shall do it, that means you're definitely sure in your mind you're going to do it. That's where you put shall. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so far for today's class, so we'll spend 2 more minutes. We won't go through any more because too much I don't want to do. So now I'll start with number 1. Arivadithan, tell me what did we study today?
We studied present simple present, present continuous, present perfect, and present perfect continuous, sir.
Good. Then Abhisha Ayeshan, what else did we study?
So today we studied about that pronoun noun that we learned in the certain class, and we repeat that. Today
You have to say we repeated that, huh? Not repeat that. We repeated.
we repeated that. Then now today we mainly see about the tenses, the 12
Yeah.
tenses.
Okay. Okay. Let me correct. You did it very well. You said we mainly see about tenses. Instead of that, we mainly concentrated. We mainly studied rather than mainly see. Okay. Do you
Okay,
follow the difference?
yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Mainly see. Right. Go. Keep going. Keep going. You're all speaking very well.
We mainly see about tenses, including present, past, present simple tense, present continuous tense, present perfect continuous, present perfect tense.
Okay. Okay.
And we
So
also
we've done-
see the examples for that.
Yes, we did the examples for that as well. Okay, good. Ilakian, anything else you want to add?
We have been translated Tamil sentences into English.
Yes, yes, good, good. Okay, that's more exercise, you will get them. And the last question for Udayanan. So, Udayanan, overall, just give me that. What did you gain out of today's lecture, today's class? What did you gain? Gain mean what did you get? Or what did you
Sir,
learn?
before the class, I have doubts in tenses, but after the class ends, I clear my doubts.
So you're saying before the class you had doubts about the tenses. After the class, your doubts have been cleared. You cleared your doubts. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, sir, cleared by you.
Yeah. So it's fine. Okay, so you understood that. Okay, so I think we have to stop at this point. It's all people are dropping out as well. It's 11:40. So you will get assignment soon, and you're going to start to work on assignment. Assignment would have this exercise as well in it, and then we'll work on it. Don't worry if you make a mistake. Don't worry if when you are speaking English, there's mistakes coming in. Mistakes should be there. Then only you can speak well. If you don't make mistakes, you wouldn't know where you're making mistakes. Keep speaking with mistakes, and we'll correct them for you. Okay? And then
Yes.
things will get
Yes,
better.
sir.
Now, what I like you to do, if you really want to do well, if you go for, remember these sentences I gave you, like a lot of sentences here,
Yes, sir.
remember, now go back and relook at these sentences and verbs and other things and relate to the tenses and see. And if you can memorize these sentences, you will speak well.
Okay, sir.
Okay. And there are new sentences coming up, and I have to teach this next time. Okay. All right. We will finish up then. And I just want to just wait there for a second. Let me see. There's a lot of people have. I can explain again why 2 should not come. Oh, somebody is asking why 2 should not come. Okay. When you are talking about arrived home, let's think the house is a place with an address. Home is a place people live. So that may be your house you may be living, or you could be living in a boarding house. You could be living somewhere, or you are in a foreign country and you're saying somebody's asking you, where do you live? I live in Ireland. I live in UK. That will be the home. So you won't put 2 for that. Anything related to home, there's no 2. If I say, when are you going to your house? For the house, I will use 2, not for home. This is asked by Danujan. Do you understand, Danujan? Okay, next time, make sure you ask your principal to give access and we can have interaction. Okay. All right, I'll turn on my video and say hello to you all. Okay, all of you, goodbye, and we will meet next week again. Okay.
Thank you,
All
sir.
right.
Yes, sir.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Sir.
Bye. All.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, sir.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.